best grooming colors for you, just so natural and handcrafted too. We wanna help be your swagger, style, class, and luxury. Make our products tailor-made for you with high quality. Yeah. So get in style with the black, yeah. Company, give you swagger, style, class, and luxury. In luxury, yeah. The black, gentleman, black, yeah. Company, give you swagger, style, class, and luxury. In luxury, yeah.
Located at www.theblackgent.com.
Yo. What's good? It's Stormy B-Man. And I am back. Welcoming you to Stormy B-Man's Boxing Raps for this Thursday, October 10th, 2024. This is a special edition of Boxing Raps, as we have it as a pre-fight show to talk a little bit more about the big card that's coming up this weekend, Saturday, October 12th, from Saudi. The main bout will be the undisputed light heavyweight championship of the world, featuring Artur Beterbiev and Dmitry Bivol, two men who have been rivals for a number of years, and the fight is finally going to take place between them to find out who is one above all. Highly anticipated if you're a real boxing aficionado. If you respect the sport at all, you know that this is worth tuning in. And it's an amazing outlook on this particular card, because there is a split between who thinks who will be victorious. I do not necessarily feel it's as close as that. However, I do expect it to be entertaining. I expect it to deliver boxing-wise, because both men are consummate professionals and they have opposing styles. They are heading up a card that is drenched in talent. And history. There's going to be a historical fight for a world title between featherweight champion Skye Nicholson, as she takes on Raven Chapman. The first women's world title bout held in Saudi. You're going to see a rematch of heavyweights that faced one another in the early portion of this year. UK talents Fabio Wardley and Big Frage Clark, with the winner possibly placing themselves into an opportunity for a title shot sometime before the end of 2025. You'll see the young upstart in Ben Whittaker, who has become a popular fighter out of the UK, but yet unproven at the class level, but he's fast on the rise. Then the return to the ring of Chris Eubank Jr. as he takes on Camille Serramenta. And it's a chance for Eubank Jr. to get back into the fray after coming back from a victory over Beefy, Liam Smith. So we're going to find out exactly where these people heads and hearts are when this card comes together on Saturday night. It could prove to be very exciting. There should be some stoppages on this card, but the overall quality of what we're going to see on Saturday has to be attributed once again to a man who has put his stamp on the sport and has become very influential in the department of putting on classic fights that are more closer in matchups, not so much 60-40 matches, not so much battles of lopsidedness, but you're going to see competitiveness. And that would be, of course, His Excellency Turki Al-Sheikh. And we have to thank him for what he has done with his fingerprints on the sport of boxing. He has come along since the Day of Reckoning card, which took place last December, like gangbusters. I think this is either his 5th or 6th card. The first one, I believe, was the card which had Tyson Fury taking on Francis Ngannou. But we have seen a lot since he has come into the picture, even getting rival promoters to come together and match their fighters against one another, such as Queensberry Promotions, Matchroom, Top Rank, and Boxer with Ben Shalom. These men have had fighters featured on these cards, sometimes opposite one another's promotions, in bouts that may not have been made had His Excellency not gotten involved. The benefit of his involvement in the sport has been raising the level of more 50-50 type matches, properly compensating the fighters. If you notice, out of each subsequent card that he has put on or pulled together, there hasn't been a lot of talk about money. Interesting, because I don't care about that end of it. Fighters care because they're the ones putting their lives on the line. But I have yet to hear anybody complain being a part of this promotion. There was one promotion in particular, the 5 versus 5, which pitted Queensberry directly against Matchroom in a mixture of various weight classes, where they put 5 of, they put 5 of the best fighters in against one another, and that was highly entertaining. Queensberry was able to sweep that particular promotion with all of their fighters, all 5, defeating the Matchroom fighters. If you go back to just a few weeks ago when Daniel Dubois took on Anthony Joshua for his IBF heavyweight title, it was more of another Queensberry fighter putting down a Matchroom fighter. So Queensberry has quite shown their dominance throughout this process. I just wonder how long it's going to continue, because they're looking mighty strong, and Matchroom is looking like they're trying to grab for their mouthpiece on the canvas. Yeah! So we're going to talk about this a little bit this evening. Talk about these fights. I I may even try to open up the phone lines to see if we could get someone that would want to call in and discuss these matches, because it's just something that when you know good fights are on the horizon, you get excited. You know, if you're anything like myself, you get excited over this. And I'm just glad I'm able to see more of the matches that I look forward to. So we will have phone lines open this evening. I don't necessarily expect too many calls, but hey, we might get a few. And I might even open, I had this broadcast coming in as a, I had it coming in as a members only, because I was testing the waters of my broadcast both here and on Patreon. For those of you who don't know, I finally got my Patreon up and running properly. So this is being simulcast over to my Patreon channel. For anyone who has decided to become a subscriber to the Patreon or a member over at Patreon, you can watch this broadcast in both places. On YouTube presently it's being broadcast as a members only, but I think I might open that up and change it. It's nice to have these options like this. Let's see what we can do here while we're live. Let's see, members only. Let's make it public. And with the press, we're opening it up to public. Yeah! But we'll see. We'll see what people have to say, huh? Yeah, so now it's opened up to public. See what we got going on. We got Universal Truth out there saying, salute Stormy. What's good with you, Universal? Glad to see you out there, brother. Smash that like button as you come into the building. We've got some new information to drop for the channel as well. Let me just say, I'm going to put something up on the screen to let you guys know we're making some changes around these parts. Let's see here. Can I do this? Maybe I can. Hold on. Gonna change this while we're right here live on the air. I want to see if that's going to show, because sometimes when you have something small, the print may not necessarily, let's see, 1, 5, 0. Let's see if that'll, yeah. Okay, I'll go with that for a present moment. If you feast your eyes on the screen for a moment, I'm going to show you a quick advertisement. We have new merchandise that'll be available tomorrow. If you go to the link that's in the description box, as well as the link that is on the screen, the new merchandise will be available. New Stormybman merchandise. We're talking about maybe over 60 items that we'll have. But you would just go to Weaponry, Shopify.com, and search for Stormy. This is Weapons, the brother who's been out here working with various members of the community. And we got a great deal going where Stormy B Man will have some new merchandise on this website. That's my particular link for it. You just search Stormy when you go to there, aweaponry.myshopify.com. The link is also in the description box. And we got some real fire merchandise for you guys there. So don't hesitate to take a peek. And I guarantee that you'll see something that you like, huh? I'll be sporting some stuff very soon. But salute to my brother, A Weapons, huh? Who's been a master out here helping to design gear for the community, man. Yeah. So, it is with that type of excitement and look eye towards what we got coming in the future, man. Like I said, that link will be active for tomorrow. You can start going over there and ordering up. But I guarantee you there's something in the bag for everybody. Yeah. But let's get back to this fight card for tomorrow. There are some fighters who they're going to be entertaining regardless. Some of you may not be as interested in certain fighters as others, but let's just let you know what it was like when Dubois and Joshua faced off against each other in September. Some of you may remember this.
Honestly, speaking from the bottom of my heart, aside from belts and aside from it being him, I'm just ready to fight.
Both of you have said that as well. Both of you said exactly the same thing.
Yeah.
Let's go. Let's go.
But let's wait till the 21st.
Yeah, not in me in the middle, please.
If he wants to swing up, let's go now.
Sharp, relax. Relax.
If you want to go now, let's go.
Relax.
If you want to go now, let's
Get
go.
a chair across your face. Don't disrespect
No, you
me.
can't intimidate
Don't
me.
disrespect
You can't
me.
intimidate me.
Don't disrespect
You can't intimidate me.
Daniel, don't
Who do you
disrespect
think you are?
Daniel, don't disrespect me. Don't disrespect me on my life. It's okay. I want this little boy. Don't disrespect me, bro. No, who the this guy thinks it's good to take disrespect lightly, Dan. It's good. Dan, don't take disrespect lightly, you know. Don't sit on the table telling me we can go now and do all of this and that. And try to call me out.
Right, can we call that a cut?
Yeah, we will.
Good. Are these coming off now, these mics?
Man, that's some funny stuff right there. I always love that kind of stuff, man. Always
Honestly,
love that.
speaking from the bottom of my
I
heart,
love that, man.
aside from belts and aside from it being him, I'm just ready to fight.
Both of you have said that as well. Both of you said exactly the same thing.
Yeah.
Let's go. Let's go.
But let's wait till the 21st.
Yeah, not in me in the middle,
If
please.
he wants to swing up, let's go now.
Sharp, relax. Relax.
If you want to go now, let's go. If you want to go now, let's
Get
go.
a chair across your face. Don't
No,
disrespect
you
me.
can't intimidate
Don't
me. You
disrespect
can't
me.
intimidate me.
Don't disrespect
You can't
me.
intimidate me.
Daniel,
Who
don't
do you
disrespect
think
me.
you are?
Daniel, don't disrespect me. Don't disrespect me on my life. It's okay. I want this little boy. Don't disrespect me. No, who this guy thinks it's good to take disrespect lightly, Daniel, don't take disrespect lightly, you know. Don't sit on the table telling me we can go now and do all of this and that. And try to call me out.
Right, can we call that a cut?
Yeah, we will.
Good. Are these coming off now, these mics?
That's hilarious, man. That's totally hilarious. You know, AJ act like nobody is supposed to say nothing to him and all of that. Daniel was like, let's go right now. And the funny thing is that when they actually fought, where was that bravado that AJ was showing right there? Where was it, huh? Because I don't remember seeing it. Do you? Do you remember seeing it? I mean, can somebody refreshing my memory, huh? I don't know, but we do have the results. The results are in, and as far as I can recall, AJ was in La La Land. Let's go right now. But this, we can thank Turkey Al Sheikh for his vigilance, his service to the sport of boxing. He's given us what we asked for, huh? Knockouts. Great stuff, man. Great stuff. I mean, did you all think you would see what you ended up seeing? I don't think you did. I don't think you thought you were gonna see that. Hold on. Let me pull this up. Hold on. And changing up my second screen. Stephen L. the Mac, what's good with you? He says, you see AJ face at the end. Yeah, that stare was cold as ice, wasn't it? But so was his behind when he was on the canvas. Stiff. Yeah. Listen, man. Maybe we'll get the same this Saturday, huh? When Beterbiev takes on Bivol, huh? Yeah. But we're going to talk about Sky Nicholson and Raven Chapman, man. This will be a historical event here. The first women's championship battle. These are featherweights that are facing off. And Sky Nicholson is a fighter who, she's like a darling of the Australia. Had a pretty good amateur career. And as a professional, she's already a world champion. She thinks that she's breathing down the neck of veteran, former undisputed champion, Amanda Serrano. But with only 11 fights on her record, she's got a ways to go to catch up to Serrano. But in Raven Chapman, she has a pretty good opponent. Raven only has 9 victories, but is tough as nails, fighting out of the UK, and Nicholson fighting out of Australia. These two, only a year separates them in age, as Raven is the elder at 30. She's also the taller at 5'7", where Sky is only 5'5.5". But Sky has a very good boxing acumen. The young lady knows how to fight from mid-range and distance. She knows how to use that jab. She has great lateral movement and is a southpaw to boot, and has given her opponents fits in there in her only 11 bouts. But she's doing a great job, and people are finding her exciting. She seems to have an engaging personality, and that often works in your favor when you can smile and give the press what they want. I've often remarked that Sky reminds me of Rey Skywalker from the Star Wars films. For some reason, I don't know. It's just something that's close there. And it's not the name Sky, but it's her appearance, her overall presentation of self. It's kind of like that. But she can box, you guys. And in her last fight, she fought quite well when she took on Diana Vargas, where she boxed Vargas out of her boots. There were moments in the fight where she showed she could sit down on her punches and give a little pain to the opponent. But Raven is the type of fighter that will come and get you. So this is going to be interesting, as she's an orthodox fighter, kind of like a smaller Chantel Cameron, looking to come and pursue and to get after it. So we're going to find out over 10 rounds whether Sky can still incorporate what she has shown us thus far with her abilities. But I'll tell you something, it should be competitive. It should be competitive because Raven is not a pushback. She's not. If anything, she does the pushing and the punching. So I look forward to this particular match and to see what these ladies are going to do, you know? So, man, I'm just, this card is awesome, you guys. And I remember Don King put on these type of cards all the time. So it's a throwback to just an era prior, the late, well, the 90s, let's just call it the 90s, where Don would put on these cards where you could sometimes get 4 to 5 champions on a card, if not 3 champions in a couple of battles where you had top contenders facing off. And that's kind of like what you're starting to see with the Riyadh season events. And I hope that they don't slow down. I hope that they just continue to gain momentum and give us these type of bouts, because not only are they very entertaining, but it's starting to sort out who really wants to compete and who's just trying to skate through the sport. And the names are really starting to stand out in a blaring manner of who doesn't want to really work for it, who kind of wants their bread buttered for them and sliced on their plate. No, His Excellency's cards are putting you in a position to show us what you got, show us what you're made of. That's what I'm noticing. And it's exciting, very much so. But yeah, so that's one of the bouts on the card that we're looking forward to. And you know, moving on up the card, we have to talk about, as I mentioned earlier in the opening of the show, Eubank Jr. versus Kamil Cesarmeta. Listen, this fight might be closer than you think. Cesarmeta has fought, but he hasn't fought the elite level since being handled pretty much by, what was that, Triple G that he fought? But since the Triple G fight, he has fought very well. He's a durable fighter with the record. Uh-oh, this thing is stopping on me again. Come on now. Don't do that. Hold on. I hate when this thing does this. Just give me a moment, people. Yeah, I will open another screen. Okay, here we go. Yep. Yeah, Cesarmeta, he fought Gennady Golovkin back in December of 2020. And he was stopped in the 7th round. he followed that up with a fight with Jaime Munguia where he was stopped in the 6th round. But since the Munguia fight, which is in June of 2021, he has gone on a winning streak. And he's been very much a competitor out there. And Eubank, because he's not been very active, he's been in and out. And don't forget, just a couple of fights ago, Beefy has stopped him, Liam Smith, in an upset win that nobody saw coming. So Cesar Romero, you know, he has an opportunity here in this fight. And Eubank could be caught in between styles because it was just a couple of fights ago that he was trying to fight out of the Roy Jones tutelage, even trying to fight like Roy Jones, which I often thought that was a mistake. But this is going to be interesting to see how he comes back for this, and if Camille can be on top of him in an aggressive manner to put him on his heels, so to speak. Eubank Jr. turned down a couple of different fights to appear on this card. He was also asked if he would like to face, if I'm not mistaken, he was asked if he would like to face the likes of what's his name, Hamza Sharice, and he turned that down. But he was offered a fight, I think, against Canelo, and he turned that down. That didn't mean Canelo was going to appear on this card, but he was offered that fight before, I think, Canelo took on Jaime Munguia or Edgar Berlanga. So it was one of those fights in between or before that he was offered a fight with Triple G. He turned it down. He says he turned it down because he wanted to be in a position to win, but he hasn't been very active. So to put yourself in a position to win fights, you need to be active. You need to be in the ring. And I just don't know what's going on with Eubank Jr. He can fight a little bit, but he's not the type of fighter that people really care for, you know. And being from the UK and having that famous Eubank Jr. name, he hasn't endeared himself to anyone, including his dad. He has fallen out of the graces with his dad, who was very prominent in the initial stage of his professional career and has elected to go south of that. So who knows what he wants to do. He marches to his own drum, and it's playing a sound that a lot of people don't care for. Even leading up to this particular fight, at the presser to announce the fight, he called all of the promoters involved, with the exception of the one he's signed to presently, which is Ben Shalom and Boxer. He called the rest of the guys, Matchroom, Queensberry, called them all scumbags, you know, and that didn't elicit a great response. I think Turkey called him in and he had a sit down and meeting with the rest of the guys, and they made him apologize for that. So that's the story going on with him. I want to say salute to Maine Biker out there, along with Clarence McLean, PGH Big Dog, and Cameron Fields. Welcome to the show this evening, you all. I appreciate you stopping in. This is a Boxing Raps episode for Stormy, and it is being simulcast over both my Patreon channel as well as the YouTube channel. So feel free to watch from either. If you're signed up for my Patreon, you can subscribe to the Patreon, become a member, or you could go over there and watch it publicly on that platform because I got it simulcasting. I'm trying to get my Patreon viewership up. I'm trying to get the memberships up. So we're doing things a little bit differently going forward. And just remember, I'm also inviting anyone who wants to make donations to the channel, PayPal, and the link is in the description box along with Cash App. That's where you can make donations to the channel. So just know that we're working it. We're working it as best as we can. So, and I appreciate each and every one of you out there that show love and support for Stormy B Man. We have a subscription drive that's going forward where we want to try to bring the channel up before the end of the year to 8K. We're at 58 right now, so basically almost 6,000. Let's get this channel on up to 8K, man, by the end of the year, because that's where we should be launching from with a subscription drive. It's been slow pickings, and I also understand why, but it doesn't hurt to ask you to come be a part of this journey as we ascend onward and upward. Yes. And thank you all for what you do, you know, showing the support out here. I want to say salute to Cameron out there with that Cash App donation. We really appreciate your support there, Cameron, stating for blessings, King. I appreciate that. Appreciate that so much, because we're working. You know, one of the things I try to do is, and I talk about bringing the best of content that I can, and I'm talking about the fights, and I'm talking about fighters that everybody else ain't talking about. Even though everybody know the Bivol and Beterbiev card is this week, who's talking about Sky Nicholson, huh? Who's talking about Eubank Jr., huh? And we're still got a little bit more to talk about as we head on into this show, because this card, we are inundated with quality matches and matchups. So just as I just mentioned, one moment, I'm answering a text message, you guys. Hold on. Answering a text message. Oh. Hold on. Okay. All right. Yeah. Try to get this. Got a couple more people coming into the building. We got Delano Lehman out there. What's going on with you? Shower Liars out there. Salute to you, Shower, saying grand evening, Sensei. I gotta run this back. Okay. And Shower is also on Patreon. We're simulcasting on Patreon this evening, trying something a little bit different. So for those of you who have already signed up to my Patreon, you can go over there to my page and you can see, you know, what's happening over there. Hold on. That's funny. Yeah. I'm just pulling up my other screen so I could see where we are with this. Yeah, it's showing up over there on Patreon pretty good. Yeah. But yeah, see, I'm doing some different things. I'm trying. You know, it's funny how I get logged into these circumstances where I'm trying. You know, I'm trying to do stuff. I'm learning. A couple brothers have helped me out here behind the scenes to, you know, put me on track to certain things. But it's still a serious learning curve for Stormy B, man. But we're gonna get there. And as I said earlier, the call-in line is open too for anybody that wants to talk about this card tonight. You know, call-in line is open. So don't be ashamed. You can come out there and pick Stormy's brain. Yeah, bars. But yeah, let's talk about, you know, a little bit more about Eubank and Cesar Meta. You know, I think this is more of an even or closer to even fight than many people will think. Eubank Jr. may have a touch more athleticism, But Cesar Meta is a kind of guy, he's a comer. And he's been in there with some quality opposition. I can't say the same for Eubank Jr. And just in his, in the last couple of fights, he was stopped by Beefy in a fight where nobody thought that Beefy would win that against him. You know what I mean? So it's interesting. And I just think that when guys are more battle tested, they have a chance to win more than just the guy who you think may be a better fighter. They're both 35 years old. They're both orthodox fighters. Eubank is enjoying like a 3.5-inch height advantage at 5'11", but Cesar Meta is, I think, the tougher of the two. And he's out of Poland, man. He's going to bring it. He's going to give it his all. And he's going to put Eubank Jr. in a position that he's got to fight. Yeah. He's going to have to, get out there. Yeah, Shower. Yeah, of course he did. That was something he capitalized on, and he got away with it. Eubank spoke about it briefly, but he didn't dwell on it. It happened. But again, maybe if he were a little more dialed in and tuned in and focused on Liam instead of how he approached that promotion, maybe that would not have happened. But he was also trying to fight like Roy Jones Jr. in that fight too, and you saw what happened. He got smoked as a result. Now in that last fight, he came back. He was working with Bomac, and Bomac had him focused up, had him with his hands up, had him boxing like a typical boxer, and he looked very good. See, that's what happens sometimes. You just gotta be out there and go about your business in a workmanlike fashion. You can't be out there trying to be cute and fancy dancy. You got to get out there and get to it. And you have to have trained that way. And I'm sure that Bomac, working with him throughout camp, did, apply that logic to him. Because it showed in his efforts in that rematch against Beefy. So, that's one thing I'll say about that. But let's move on to the big boys on the card, You got Fabio Wardley and Big Frazier Clark. Now, this fight here, rematch of a match that took place earlier in the year. These two men, let me tell you something. Now, Big Frazier has the amateur experience. Fabio, they call him white collar. I just like to say he's a guy that came to the sport late, similar like to a Deontay Wilder or something. But Frazier, who's 33 years of age, he's 6'6", usually weighs in 250 pounds or so. And Fabio is 6'5". I've been watching Fabio for a while. He had that one fight against Michael Coffey where I thought that the ref kind of stepped in there and helped him get a TKO stoppage where Coffey wasn't necessarily ready to go, but they took it. But I've been watching Fabio, and he reminds me of somebody, and I was like, who does he remind me of? Fabio reminds me of a young Tyrell Biggs, and we're talking about the Biggs that fought before Mike Tyson. Because I think by the time Biggs made it to Mike Tyson, there was something going on with him, and he wasn't the same guy who came out of the Olympics. But Fabio has something in him, and definitely a more spirited fighter than Tyrell Biggs were. But I think that that's something special about Fabio is what gives me favor to him between the two in this matchup. See, when you have that inner fortitude, that resolve, that untapped thing that can be brought out of you, that's hard to measure. And when a fighter goes there who has those type of attributes and intangibles, what happens is he ascends to a different level that the other guy may be competing with on a physical level and even an intellectual level, ring IQ wise, but not necessarily talent, right? I believe that Fabio Worley wins this rematch. He had Fraze down in the first fight. Fraze lost a point in the first fight, and it still ended up being a split draw. Fabio says that he feels that he blew a knockout by smothering his punches and everything when he had Big Fraze hurt. And the two of these guys are two of the most honest fighters that you could ever hear speak. Listening to them lead up to this match was very interesting because they both spoke about the opponent being dangerous and what made them dangerous and what they have to look out for. Fabio has been called arrogant, but I don't see that. I see a very confident guy and a guy who's railing against the system of things because he didn't have an outstanding amateur background. So they're kind of being dismissive of him. But sometimes you could be out there without that amateur background, but you got fight in you. And Fabio has a great deal of fight. When he fought David Adelaide, who was a very talented heavyweight, he took David out of his game early in that fight and took his heart really before stopping him. I think he stopped him in the 5th round or something. But it was really a fight where when it opened up and I saw David jabbing and being athletic, I'm like, he should win this fight with this jab alone. But no, Fabio took the fight to him, was aggressive, relentless, and unforgiving in that fight, and he broke David down mentally. I think he got to Frazier kind of mentally in their fight as well. It's just that he had that terrible cut on the bridge of his nose, and it was bleeding very bad, and it looked much worse than it was. And that may forever be an issue with him going forward because of where the cut is and the scar tissue. It's like a guy who might have a cut on the side of his eye, but almost every other fight, the cut opens up. I think that Fabio has that issue, but Big Fraze says that he's going to try to knock him out in this fight. He better be careful and use ring smarts, because if he goes in there trying to knock Fabio out, he's going to get knocked out, because Fabio has already got the mental advantage over him by having Fraze on the canvas in their first fight. And it was a real knockdown. It wasn't a slip. It wasn't like, something goofy. He put it on him and he went down. Salute to D21519. What's happening with you? Haven't seen you in a minute. Where you been, huh? Where's my money? Yeah, good to see you. So yeah, that's what I think about this fight here, man, between these two. And that, you guys, is going to be the co-feature of the evening. So it only leaves us with the big bout, huh? Artur Beterbiev bringing his IBF, WBC, and what does he also have? I think, the IBF and WBC titles, and Mr. Bivol has the WBO, WBA. No. Bivol has the WBA and Artur and the IBO and goodness. Artur Beterbiev has the WBC, WBO, and IBF. So, yeah, but these guys, they got the belts, man, and they're going to go for it Saturday night. And listen, you are well to tune in to this fight because you're going to see a pretty darn good matchup. They're calling this one the 4 Crown Showdown. And if you guys haven't seen the trailer to this fight, it's pretty damn good. These two guys, they look like something out of what's that movie with Mel Gibson, where he played William Wallace? That's what they look like in the trailer for this. I love that trailer, man, by the way. And I've only seen it once, but yeah, great trailer. That's another thing that His Excellency is doing with the promotion of these fight cards. He's putting on these outstanding vignettes that show up as trailers for the fights. And it's nice to see boxing have that type of endorsement because it gets you really hyped up for the fights, you know. It's a great thing. Braveheart, thank you, Universal. You know, I told you before, I was like, sometimes I have so many thoughts going through my head at one time, and I often don't think of what I'm trying to get at. But yeah, Braveheart. So these guys, that's what the trailer for this fight looks like. Quite exciting. And I think they're going to fight like that too. I think there's going to come a point in the fight where Bivol is going to be asked some questions by Arthur. For those of you out there that think that Bivol is just going to box his way and box circles around Arthur and everything, you're sadly mistaken. The one thing you may not realize is Arthur, because of his amateur background, can box just like Dmitry Bivol. But he has found his own style. Most people think he's a puncher or a slugger going in there just to knock you out. But he's a fighter that places his shots. He has very good footwork. His footwork is different from Dmitry's, where he's dainty on his feet. He can skip over to the side and skip in on you or whatever and turn you and things of that nature and punch from angles. Crafty. And a fighter with punching power like what he has, it makes him all the more dangerous, because if you come after him, he can set traps for you like he did for Joe Smith Jr. If you try to fight with him like Marcus Brown did, you'll find out that he has levels that he can rise to. And if you show athleticism, where you can be in and out and move side to side, good pop on your punches and everything like that, like Anthony Yard, he will still get to you. So when these people are talking about Bivol doing certain things to Arthur, which he has seen his entire career, because he was on the same Russian national team, just in the senior division, while Bivol was in the junior division, because he's 37 and Bivol is 33. He can fight just like Bivol if he chooses to, but he doesn't have to, because he has something that is different. It's called Ring IQ and the Equalizer. If you look at what Bivol has done to people, he ain't stopped nobody but third-rate fighters, fighters that are not second-rate, but third-rate. There's a reason why Canelo mentions his name, but not Arthur's name. Do you understand? But there are people out here who are just like, oh, I see this as being a 50-50 match and Bivol can really do it. Roy Jones Jr. said because Arthur got dropped a couple of times in his career, that when a guy, has been knocked down, that tells me, you could get him and this and that. Well, Roy, you was knocked down, huh? You were knocked down. And somebody eventually got you too, didn't they? Huh? Yeah! But that don't mean it happens to everybody. It doesn't. So the way I see it, you guys, I got Arthur by body bag, huh? Somewhere between 7 and 9, Bivol runs out of time. When he stopped Anthony Yarde. And what was that, the 8th round, I think, of their fight? When he stopped Anthony Yarde, he had knocked Yarde down. And when he got up, the corner stopped the fight. And Arthur looked over at his own corner as he walked back to him. The fight was waved off. He told his cornerman, I was just getting warmed up. He was just getting warmed up, y'all. That was the 8th round. Bivol's going to die. I'm sorry. There are some people that just don't want to accept reality in life. I don't know what it is. You know what I mean? It's just like, but it's okay because that makes for more excitement. When the guy who is going to win wins, you have no excuses. It's going to be crushing, huh? Main Biker says, Stormy already placed my bet on Beterbiev. Hey, man, you got it going, man. He says Beterbiev breaks men down. Yes, he does. He says also Beterbiev can also cut off the ring like a savage. Listen, along with his cutting off the ring, Main Biker, he closes the distance between himself and his opponent very quickly. That's the daintiness of the footwork. Sometimes he gives the illusion that he's moving away, but he's not really moving away. He's giving you an angle or something so he can attack you. Like a cobra or something, man. It's really, see, they don't pay attention to and I know what it is. These are 2 Russian men. But they're the 2 of the best Russians that have come down the pipeline in a very long time, probably in a generation, right? But they're both skilled, but their skill sets are different. But Arthur has a hardness about himself. You guys remember Vasily Girov, and he fought James Toney and everything? Remember how tough that dude was? He was on Drew Titan's Strong House one time. We was sitting up there, and he was talking about his trainer, man, how the trainer used to sick dogs on him and stuff. It's like, I'm not laughing at him, but I'm laughing at the scenario because when your trainer sicking dogs on you, that's crazy. But he was a tough man. As a fighter in the ring, he was tough as nails. Well, Arthur is that guy too. And he's freaking strong. Man. Salute to, we got a new Patreon out there. Jocks Brockerberry. Appreciate you joining up and signing up for Stormy's Patreon, man. Thank you so much. Really appreciate that. But yeah, you guys, Bivol gets killed Saturday, y'all. He gets killed. So, you know, men, wear your dark suits. Ladies, wear your black dresses, with stockings, okay? And put the veil on your hat over to hide your tears, and keep plenty of Kleenex, because Bivol is going south, He's going. Yeah. Ravens Nation said, I think I'm the only one going with Bivol. Well, listen, if we could get 5 more of you, like I said in BFTB's chat earlier this evening, we'll have a set of pallbearers. Yeah. Yeah. Shower says, yes, he does. I saw some goof saying Bivol will have Beterbiev chasing him all night. I was about to tell him he didn't know what the hell he was talking about. I just kept it to myself. Sometimes that's what you got to do, Shower. But you know what? When I see those guys talking like that, I just be laughing and smiling to myself, man. I be laughing and smiling. I'll be like, they don't really know who Artur Beterbiev is. Artur Beterbiev, you know how you heard 78 talk about Michael Myers? That's Artur, man. That's him. Main Biker said, because they think Bivol gonna dance around Beterbiev, but who did we ever see dance around? Listen, the only thing you see them doing is flopping on the canvas like a fish that been taken out of the water, right? They be on the canvas convulsing and everything after Artur get a hold of their ass. Shower says stockings, then I gotta wear a slip. Yeah, there you listen. This is not sexy, Shower. This is like you said, slow singing and flower bringing, for Dimitri, The dude looks like Bruce Lee to me, and Bruce Lee ain't beating this Russian. He ain't. But listen, we get a chance to tune in and enjoy, right? That's the great thing about boxing. Until the bell goes ring, we really don't know a thing, We just have to sit back and watch. But I'm going to tell you, for you Bivol lovers out there, bring some Kleenex. That's all I'm trying to tell you. Bring Kleenex, because when he go out, he going out in spectacular fashion. It ain't going to be no, timeout. It ain't going to be like that. It's going to be like, it's going to be ugly. Main Biker says, and Bivol man fans, bring your dark shades to hide your tears. No, I don't want them to hide their tears. I want to see them dripping down their face so they could go and hug up with AJ fans and sing Kumbaya and We Shall Overcome. Salty. Salty. Shower's asking, Stormy, did you say you had Wardley or Clark? Man, Wardley gonna put it on him, Shower. Wardley gonna put it all over, knots and all, on top of his head, He had him down in the first fight and just rushed the knockout and blew it. But he gonna get him again, because Big Frage can't get better, But you believe that Fabio can. Yeah. Listen, this is why I love it, because sometimes when people be looking at the boxing matches, they be like, yeah, I'm going with him, man. He gonna smoke, dude. I'll be like laughing like F+. You don't know nothing. That's right, Shower. Insert Roger Mayweather quote right here. That's right. Man, And the worst part of it all is like, I do breakdown videos. I try to be subtle with it and everything because I don't want people to get mad and be like, damn, Stormy is like blah, blah, blah. But when I come on these lives, I say it straight away because I like to laugh. I like to break it out and be like, gotcha. You understand? Because, listen, man, this fight could have happened a few years ago, y'all. And Arthur tried to give you a clue at the original press conference when they asked him, when they had to postpone the fight after that press conference. They say, why didn't this fight take so long? He was like, ask him. Ask him. That means he didn't want it. Okay? That was Russian for he didn't want none. He didn't want the smoke. Huh? But that's okay. That's okay. I'll close up the phone lines because nobody wanted to call in tonight, but that's okay. You probably didn't want to hear Stormy embarrass you about who you're picking on the fight. Yeah, Abel, I just closed them. When you see the number up on the screen, the phone lines be open. I just closed it. I just closed it because I've been on for an hour. Ain't nobody call in, you know. I keep telling you, these guys, they be watching, but they don't want to, you know, talk about the fights, you know. Main Biker is asking, on a serious note, is Bivol mental even focused? He is going through a lot of household problems. It can make or break him in the ring. Nah, it's not going to make or break him, Main Biker. The mental problems will be there after the fight is over, but the broken is going to come in the fight. That's what's going to happen. He's going to be broken in the fight. No, Bill, I turned it off now, man. You know, I've been on an hour and 15 minutes and ain't nobody called in. Now you want to talk about, oh, the phone line's open? What do you think is on the screen for? Yeah? F plus. Get to the back of the class. See, this is what I'm talking about. How you going to come in here at the end of the show and be asking, oh, the phone line was open? Didn't you look at the screen? Did you not look at the screen? Huh? I just got here. Well, you're late, huh? And that's really a F plus. Bill, you know what I'm saying? Huh? When you go and you take college curriculum, if you come in and the professor been up there in the lecture hall for 54 minutes and you come in there trying to slide into a seat behind the desk, what do you think gonna happen, huh? F plus. Yeah. Because that's what, you know, my channel is equivalent of the college curriculum, huh? We don't deal with first graders around these parts. We don't. No first graders, huh? You know, they started this mess in grade school where you graduate out of first grade. I'm like, if you don't just pass them fools to the next grade, if they didn't pass, leave them back and they'll do it again. But it's like, oh, he gets to have graduation. Man, please. This is not, a game. This is you getting game in your mind. Shower says, now I got slave in my head. Yeah. Why don't you slide? Dun, 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 dun. Yep. Main Biker says, Bivol wife told Beterbiev to call her. She's willing to tell him her husband's weaknesses. Your women are something else when they are scorned. Listen, man. Bruce Lee, the woman ain't gonna factor into this. I'm gonna tell you something. Petrov, Mr. Beterbiev, is gonna finish this dude, man. And that's what I'm calling Bivol, Bruce Lee, huh? That's who he looked like to me, man. I'm like, you put one of them Chinese suits on him, man, you be like, wait a minute, I seen this dude before. Go back and watch some old Bruce Lee movies, man. He look just like him, man. Bivol. Yeah, tell him, Shaw, we coming in here late. I just got here. What you think this is, a 24-hour buffet? It ain't. Huh? We close the doors around here, boy. There's locks on them. You understand? Yeah, tell him, Shaw, slide into that seat right there by the door, huh? You remember Robin Harris in House Party when Kid was trying to cover the house and he was getting ready to get in the bed? Robin Harris was like popping that belt. Where you going? He was like, don't you try to get in that bed now. He had old boy. And he was whooping his butt over the end credits of the movie. And he said, I'm going to whoop your ass till I go to sleep. And I just woke up. Yeah. Man, I love that movie, man. House Party. That movie was so much fun, man. That movie was a lot of fun. Me and Drew got to do that on Nerds House Party. Because that was all right. Oh boy, you guys are something else, man. I see all the laughing emojis in the chat. Yeah, right, Shower. We need a belt emoji to put out there. That'll be perfect for the F pluses, right? To have that belt emoji. So let's test the waters. Let me see. I'm going to put a poll up here real quick before we get out. Let's see. Okay, I put that poll up there for y'all. We'll carry this in for a little bit before we get up out of here. Where's Ravens Nation at? Where's Ravens Nation at, y'all? Wait a minute. I'm going to show you Ravens Nation. Hold on. I think I caught. Yeah. Hey, I caught Ravens Nation before he got out of here, y'all. Here you go. Take a look at your screens. Here go Ravens Nation. He was supposed to participate in the poll, but I caught him, y'all. Yeah. I think he thought, he was like, damn, Stormy gonna put a poll up. He said, exit stage left. He didn't want no parts of that smoke, man. No parts. But see, this is what we do. We tell it like it is around these parts, you know. We tell it like it is. Let me check on these figures from the poll. Let's see what we got going on here. 71% to 29% says Artur Beterbiev slays Dmitry Bivol. Yeah, I think that's about right. It should be like 89%, what it should be. But, you know, much to learn you still have, I say. Seven votes. 16 people in the chat, but only 7 votes. That must mean the rest of the voters are really for Bivol, but they don't want to put the damn numbers in there. It's okay. A broken clock is wrong twice a day, huh? Listen, Shower, you going to be able to scramble them eggs and fry you up some turkey bacon to go with them and have some toast, huh? Because that's what Bivol going to be, toast, huh? When that body be stiff and rigor mortis set in, huh? Yeah! Yep. And it's okay because we have to have someone, you know, there's got to be some, you know, elation in this. And I think that this is gonna have us really, us Beterbiev fans, you know, supporters, we're gonna enjoy this. We're gonna enjoy this. See, just like they was trying to make Terrence Crawford hold him out until he get a little older. Yeah, let's age him out. And he still beat up on Earl Spence. Listen, Beterbiev gonna beat up on this dude. He gonna beat up on him. And for the Bivol lovers out there, they're gonna be watching through peering fingers. Oh my God! Oh. Yep. But it's okay. It's okay. We, you know, sometimes it's got to happen to the worst of them, you know, and this is just that time for Dimitri, huh? He got people who saw his victory over Canelo, he got them all twisted. Beterbiev ain't no damn Canelo, I can tell you that. Why you think Canelo ain't never hardly even said his name? I don't even know if Canelo know how to pronounce his name, because I ain't heard it come out of his mouth at all. I think Canelo may refer to him as the other guy or something. Yeah. But yeah, let's hear from my man, the Focus Ball, huh?
Get ready to take your striking game to the next level with the Focus Ball. Dramatically improved footwork, timing, head movement, hand-eye coordination, reflex, and overall fight IQ. It's lightweight and extremely portable, so you can train every time, everywhere. When you don't have a coach to do mitt work, get a Focus Ball. When you don't have a heavy bag to hit, get a Focus Ball. When you don't have a sparring partner, get yourself a Focus Ball. And when you just want to have fun punching and kicking, get a Focus Ball. When you train with the Focus Ball, you train your eyes and your brain to read punches so that you can hit and not get hit, making this very simple device a must-have for all combat sports athletes and enthusiasts alike. So if you want to take your striking game to the next level, don't wait. Get the Focus Ball now.
Yeah! Get you some of that merchandise, man. And as I mentioned earlier, we have new merchandise where if you get on over there to a-weaponry.myshopify.com, link is in the description box. Head on over there, A Weapons site there, and search Stormy on there, and you'll see my merchandise come up. My new merchandise, I'm telling you, I got over 60 pieces in there. There's some great stuff in there. You guys are gonna love it, huh? Everybody should be walking around with something of Stormy on their apparel. You know what I mean? It's like, listen, great stuff over there. You go on there tomorrow. The site is active and got me in there, man. I'm looking good, I'm telling you. Looking like a champion. And I'm telling you, that's what you're going to have to do. Get over there and get you some of that Stormy B Man merchandise, man. Get you some of that because it's good stuff. And I'll end up having a commercial for it. But yeah. So please, don't mess around. Get on over there and get you something. And we'll talk about it. Cause I'm gonna do a trailer for that to advertise. I just haven't had a chance to put anything together yet. But I will. It's gonna be some good stuff. Gonna be some good stuff. Well, yeah, I went a little longer than I intended to go this evening, but that's what's up. We're doing this thing here, and let me tell you something. It's good stuff, man. It's good stuff. But I'll put it up on the screen for you guys so you'll be able to see it. This is the link. It's in the description box for the new Stormy B Man merchandise, talking a little fast. Get you something from over there. And you guys can really enjoy it, You can really enjoy it. So, with that being said, you can copy and paste that link. Head on over there. Get you some of that attire. You're going to be pleased. But that's it for us for this evening. This is Stormy B Man. Shout out to the mighty LDBC. I hope you guys enjoy the fight this weekend. And we will be back with a post-fight show after the fight. And we'll bring plenty of Kleenex for the Dimitri Bivol crowd. Peace to everybody. Have a safe weekend.
you shocked, Mr. Williams?
Only at how sloppy your man works.